Hello everybody, this is David Mitchell. You know, the Bible teaches that when the Lord Jesus comes, he will raise the dead and then catch all believers, those just resurrected and those still living, into the sky. And sometimes we call this time of catching up in the air the rapture. But some people ask, what will he do that for? What is the point of the rapture? And actually, that's a really good question. Now, there are several answers. Some of the church fathers used to say that he will do this so that we can go out to welcome him. And that is true. That is what we'll do. But I think there's another answer too. And it's this. When the Lord Jesus comes, he is going to pour out fire upon the earth. And this fire will be so hot that the elements will melt in the heat. Yet, the New Testament suggests that this is the time when the righteous will be saved. Jesus himself says, just as it was in the days of Noah, so will it be at the coming of the Son of Man. In other words, just like Noah was plucked up and saved in the ark, so Christian believers will also be plucked up and saved when Jesus comes. And then he also says, remember Lot's wife. He means that the faithful will be plucked from the judgment of fire like Lot was, but other people will not. The Apostle Peter says the same thing. He says, just as Noah and Lot were saved from the flood and the fire, so the righteous will be rescued through the coming cataclysm of fire. He says, if God did not spare the ancient world, but preserved Noah, and if he turned Sodom and Gomorrah to ashes, making them an example of what is going to happen to the ungodly, and if he rescued righteous Lot, then the Lord knows how to rescue the godly from trials and to keep the unrighteous under punishment until the day of judgment. Now, we live in days when nuclear war seems increasingly near. Do not be surprised at this. This is the judgment of the world that God has foretold since ancient times. But these New Testament teachings suggest that the Lord has appointed the rapture to pluck up the faithful from the coming cataclysm of fire. And so we should not fear. Remember what he told us. When these things begin to happen, stand up and lift up your heads, because your redemption is drawing nigh. If you want to know a bit more about all this, you should read this book, Awaiting the Millennial Kingdom. Thanks for listening. Blessed be Jesus, the Messiah.